Well, I sold a lot today and I'm ready to share it with you. Luckily, I was smart enough to pick up this Sony DVD VCR combo unit, model number SLV D380P. I paid $15 for it. And now that is on the higher end for a DVD VCR combo unit because these typically only go for somewhere around 40 bucks. However, this particular model, I don't know why, is going for like $70. $65 to $70, depending on if you're going to do free shipping or not. I was smart enough to bring it home, test it, and make a little bundle out of it, which I put a blank VHS tape, some RCA cables, and some Transformer movies, 1, 2, and 3 that I happen to have from a estate sale cleanup from like January earlier this year. And I paired all that together, listed it for $84.95, and I got a best offer of $78 plus shipping, so I took it. So I turned $15 into $78 with just that one sale right there. Another thing that I sold today, I paid $45 in total for this Sony turntable plus a Harman Kardon receiver. They were taped together and sold at Goodwill together as a pair. Probably because they were donated together and there were cables connecting the two. I already sold the receiver for $150. And today, I sold this Sony turntable for $68.95 plus shipping. I originally listed it for $74.95, but apparently that was just a little too expensive. I reduced the price this weekend, and it sold on, what's today, Tuesday? It sold late last night, actually, on Monday. All right, the third item that I sold today came out of a HP 8715 printer. It's not in there. I should know where this is. It is a print head. And if you haven't heard me say it before, these print heads are great money. They've significantly gone down in price. They used to be around $75, but now they're only worth about $60. Where is this blooming thing? There it is. I wrapped it up in plastic so that the ink wouldn't leak all over the place. I actually learned from Tim Osborne to Thrift that if you take a damp paper towel and like a container, like a Rubbermaid container, and put it with the that part down on the wet paper towel, that will help soak all the residue ink out of it. And it did a really good job of doing it too. But anyway, I paid for the whole stinking printer. I paid $30. Why did I pay $30? Because I really knew that thing, that print head, would sell. I took the print head out and I threw the rest of the printer away because the other parts don't sell very fast at all. They do sell, but not very fast. But I paid $30 and I sold that for $60 plus shipping. Do you think that was a good flip? So pay a lot to sell a lot, but that takes up no space. It's very light. I've charged shipping, and it's easy to get rid of the printer through Best Buy. Believe it or not, they'll take your electronics disposal for free. And then the headache of them all is this pair of Kobe Bryants. They're called Kobe Protro 4 from 2009. These were at a Salvation Army thrift store for $15, but I didn't buy them. I left them there. I went back a week later and I paid half price for $7.50 plus tax. I had no idea. There is absolutely no other shoes like this on eBay at all. None. There are Protro 4s, but none in this color. This is white with green and black. Now there is an all green. There's a white with purple. There's a purple. But there are none others that are white with green and black. So essentially, I had the only pair. I listed them for $500. but I've had this pair of shoes for over a year, listed at $500. Back in September, you probably saw a video talking about how mad I was at eBay for not making people pay immediately for their offers. I had a guy offer me $300 and he backed out. He said he didn't pay attention to the size. 2 days ago, I had somebody offer me $300 again. Now, I wanted to message the character and ask him if he was ready to pay, but the offer system doesn't let you contact that person in any way, shape, or form unless you send back a counteroffer. So I thought maybe I should counteroffer for $299 and say, hey, please accept if you're willing to pay immediately. But I didn't. I just hit accept offer. Then I sent him a message and I said, thank you for the generous offer. Since it is such high dollar value, I am ready to ship as soon as you finish and complete payment. His response was, wow, Adam, thank you for accepting my offer. Unfortunately, I didn't pay attention to my money or my funds, and I don't have the money to pay. Again, $300 in limbo on an offer when the character just doesn't pay attention. How are people so just bad with their money like that? Anyway, there was another person who offered me $160 this past weekend, and I countered with $200 because at this point I didn't have a $300 offer. But they didn't decline and they didn't accept. But when I accepted the $300 offer, it closed that $200 offer. So I messaged that lady back again and said, hey, I'm still open if you are still willing to do this. We came to an agreement of $170. That way, after fees and taxes and shipping, she paid less than $200. Again, I paid $7.50. I'm ready to get rid of them after a year, ready to get rid of the $300 not willing to pay, and I'm happy. I'm very, 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 very happy at $170 plus shipping cost. That just reiterates something to me, that an item, no matter how rare or how cool it may be, its value is based on what someone's willing to pay for it. It truly is. No one was actually willing to pay me $300 for these shoes. Clearly not $500. But $200? All right. There's none others out there like it at all on eBay available. But $200 was the going rate. $170-ish plus shipping, $200. So now we've learned these Pro Tro 4s, if you find them, they're worth about $200. Another thing we learned, bundling. Bundling this DVD VCR combo unit with some tapes and a blank VHS and cables, that will help you pull in more money. This should have gone somewhere around $65 to $70, but I was able to pull about $10, $15 more by bundling it, and I accepted an offer too. And then, I didn't tell you about this, but on the topic of bundling, I also want to show you that 2 days ago, I sold this Toshiba DVD VCR combo unit bundled with an HDMI cord, an AV cord, 5 blank DVDs, and a remote control. I paid $13 for the unit and $10 for the remote control. Now, that DVD recorder unit would have only been about $140 to $150 by itself. By itself, no accessories. I bought the remote control for $10, so now I'm in it for $23. But I sold it for $194.95. It pulled practically another $50 simply by bundling it, and totally worth it. I think spending that extra $10 to get another $50 was completely worth it, in my opinion. I'm going to throw one more thing out here real quick. After I recorded this video, but before I edited it, I have purchased and sold yet another combo unit. This is a Magnavox combo unit. I paid $15 at the thrift store. That same day I brought it home, tested it, listed it bundled yet again. I had a remote control from inventory, a blank VHS tape, and an RCA cable, and it sold the next morning for $124.95. So there's the two things that I like to work by. One is realize that the value of an item, no matter how cool it is or what your heart is set on, is only worth what someone's willing to pay you. And two, bundling brings in some more cash. So remember that. Well, this is very interesting. I trying to hide. I don't know how to hide it. I want to hide the address of the person. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm shipping it to the eBay authentication place for these shoes. So it's not like it's the buyer's address, so that doesn't matter. But look, they supplied me with a free shipping label via FedEx. I went to go buy it, and I was going to use UPS. I knew it was going to go to eBay authentication due to the cost of the shoes, but they actually gave me a free shipping label via FedEx. So I didn't realize they were going to do that in truth. But now that shipping money is extra cherry on top. So I don't know. I don't know. Kind of in a moral dilemma. Should I refund the what, $13, $14, $15 they paid in shipping, or hold on to it? I don't know. I'm gonna wait to make sure I'm not gonna get charged shipping for any reason and hold on to it, just in case it comes back later, because it's got to get from the authentication place to the buyer. But I don't know. But no, they gave me a free FedEx shipping label. Totally unexpected. Didn't know that was gonna happen. We all learned something new today. I've only shipped 2 turntables in the past. This is the 3rd one. The first one didn't go over very well, and I learned a lot from it. This is what I've learned. You need to put some type of protection inside to keep the needle arm itself safe and protected, as well as the turntable itself. Now, this one is on very nice and tight. If you were to flip it upside down in transit, it's not going to fall off. I already tested this. But I use pool noodles, and I cut them to size perfectly, like lots of cutting necessary to get it right for every turntable. But I also put 2 notches in this particular piece to go over the arm, which is going to keep it in place during shipping. It'll keep it from hopping off of this little hook, because when I close the lid, it won't allow it to move up and down. And then secondly, it will also protect this from possibly crushing it down on top. Now, that's the best way I've come up with so far. If you've got a better idea, please leave me a comment down below, and I would love to see how you do it and learn from you too. Well, I picked up a baseball glove today, a VCR, and a New Wave oven. I am happy to report the New Wave Infrared Pro Plus works like a charm. I am very unhappy to say, but not surprised, that the Orion VCR does not work at all. Anyway, that's going to be an $8 return. My local Goodwills do not give me money back. They give me a store credit, but I go there so often, I'll eventually use it. Also, the very last items that sold today are 2 of my calendars, the studs of the reselling community. These sold to Zach over at Utah, bought and gone. Thank you, Zach, for supporting the Gary Sinise Foundation, and also, he's Mr. December. All right, y'all, that's it. That's all I got for you today. I had fun hanging out. Y'all stay safe out there and have fun picking.